We take this opportunity this day to support our spiritual growth, our personal development, our life enrichment in this world and the world beyond. We apply ourselves every day, and we apply ourselves today to support a greater security, a greater self-fullness, and a greater satisfaction. We're thankful that we are alive this day. We're thankful that we've been guided to pray. We're thankful that we choose to pray. To worship and pray. That we've been guided to worship our Creator, and we choose to worship our Creator. That we are aware of the worship-worthiness of God, that we have become aware of the worship-worthiness of God and the praiseworthiness of God. We've become aware. We've been made aware. We've opened up to recognizing the worship-worthiness of God. And thus then, recognizing the worship-worthiness of God, we choose to worship our Creator. Knowing what it means to worship our Creator. We know the worship-worthiness. We know what it means to worship. And we choose to worship. Nothing matters more than our awareness of the worship-worthiness, all greatness and all graciousness, the praiseworthiness of our Creator, that we are able to recognize, and we choose to recognize, and that we support a greater recognition of the greatness and graciousness of our Creator. We remind ourselves that we are created beings in a created world. We're temporary beings in a temporary world. We remind ourselves that we are not as significant as we think we are. This world is not as significant as we think it is. The things that we think are so important are not as important as we think they are. Nothing is as important as we think it is. Only our Creator is the one significant, important. Consequential, of any consequence. Only God is of consequence. The significant, the important, and the special. The one upon whom we rely and depend on for our existence. The grantor, the giver of existence, the maintainer, sustainer of existence. Only that one is greater than we think the one is. Nothing and nobody created is anything great, and definitely nothing is as great as we think it is compared to our Creator, all great, the one that is greater than our awareness of the greatness of God, greater. The one that is the Creator, because of whom we are and everything is. The one that has given us life, upon whom we rely and depend on, is the one that really is unique and supreme, incomparable, incomprehensible. all great, all gracious, the source, sustainer, supporter and satisfier. God alone really is. We are really not. This world is really not. God really is. God is the actual. We are the apparent. We don't really matter. Nothing created really matters. Only our Creator really matters. We recognize the one that really is, the one that really matters, the one that's really significant, special, important and of consequence. Nothing else is. Nothing created is significant and special, important really. Our God alone is, and our God alone really is worthy of worship, worthy of focus. Our Creator alone is significant, relevant and valuable. Nothing and nobody created is anything relevant, valuable and significant to us. Our Creator is the one that really benefits us. The one who blesses us, blessed us with an existence, benefits us in terms of quality of our existence. We humble ourselves, submit, we surrender. All importance, self-importance, worldly importance, nothing is anything for us to give excessive focus. Excessive focus is for God alone, nobody and nothing. Exclusive attention is for God alone. Strong feeling. Feeling of specialness is for God alone. Awe is for God alone. Become aware of the qualities of God, the unique and supreme qualities of God. Becoming conscious more and more that God truly is alone worthy of worship, the worship worthy, the focus worthy, excessive focus worthy, the attention worthy, exclusive attention worthy, the feeling worthy, strong feeling worthy. You are the one that really is. Uncreated, that created us and everything created. the uncreated is ever living, ever existing, ever existent, ever living and everlasting, uncreated, undying, the indestructible, the indefeatable, invincible, cannot be destroyed which wasn't created, yet is beyond this world, this realm, this dimension, our understanding, our comprehension. God is. God truly is. We submit, we surrender, we bow, we prostrate, we worship, we give attentive obedience to God. Attentive obedience to God. That there is the one power, all great, all gracious, sustaining of us, supporting of our satisfaction, the cause of our existence, the one that champions the quality of our existence, our championer, the one whom depends on nothing, free. We, the created, are reliant upon the one. We, the created, dependent. Our Creator is completely independent. The one only independent. Truly awesome. Truly amazing. God is truly amazing. Awesome. Supreme Being. Only you really are. God is unfailing, always succeeding, infallible. actual. There is none that is actual but you. We bow in humility, humbly, sincerely before you. You are the one beyond, because of whom we are. You are cause. There's only the one cause, the one all-powerful cause, all nurturing and nourishing cherisher. We acknowledge you. We accept your greatness and graciousness, and we appreciate your greatness and your graciousness, really in awe of you. We recognize the relevance that you are. There is none relevant but you, the one alone truly relevant. There's none that is valuable but you, the one truly innately valuable. Your valuing of us, your championer, the encourager, the sustainer, the carer, the considerer, with us and for us, interested in us, attentive to us always. We acknowledge there's only you, the one benefiter, the one benefactor. We bow before you in humility. We are because you have given us life. Genuinely, freely, sincerely you have given us life. You have freely given us life. Willingly given us life. Happily given us life. Blessed us with existence and with life as humans. With worth, best of molds. You really considered us. We are cared for by you and considered by you. Our champion. There's only you. There's no other power but you. There's only the power for good. The power for our good. The one that values us. There's nothing to threaten us. It's only the source of well-being, wellness and wealth. For all goodness, there's no other source of illness and disease and problems. None. Doesn't exist. There's only you, the blesser, the benefactor, the benefiter. There's only you and our being benefited by you. It's you who gave us life and existence, interest in our existence and our quality of life. There's only your good for us. There's only wholesomeness for us. There's only your good upon us. You're the champion of humanity. There's only you, and we are because of you, and you have blessed us and benefited us. There's only your good upon us. There's only natural, wholesome living for us. In every way. There's nothing else. All else is an illusion that doesn't really exist, that is dreamed on in the minds of people, illusions of lack and disease and sickness. There's no such thing. It doesn't exist. Guide us to the truth that sets us free. Guide us to the beautiful truth, the encouraging truth, the championing truth, comforting truth, the reassuring truth. Truth reassures and strengthens. It uplifts. There's only you, your greatness and your graciousness upon us. We choose to experience all for you, for the truth, the goodness, goodness of life, because of you, the complete and utter goodness of life because of you. We celebrate that only you are real, only goodness is real. All other appearances of less than goodness are illusions. There's only you, there's nothing else. You are wholesome, the pure and the holy, the pristine and the perfect. The flawless, free of disease. There's no disease. There's no defects. There really is no defects. There really is no disease in truth. It's only you. We recognize there's only you. There's only goodness. There's only blessing. There's only benefiting of us. There's only your goodness. Total and complete goodness. The one magnanimous, majestic, marvelous and magnificent. The one authority free, independent, sovereign, autonomous. The all-powerful, boundless sustainer. The all-intelligent, endless in supply. Giving, just giving and giving, given everything and more. You have given. You are the giving, endless supply, endless giver. We recognize you. We truly recognize you. Infinite in supply, endless in giving. Infinite in blessing, endless in blessing of us. Endlessly blessing humanity. Infinitely blessing us. The Almighty, the All-Knowing, the All-Wise, the All-Aware, the All-Conscious, the Knowledgeable. Uncreated Creator. Unique and supreme uncreated Creator, the uncreated. Always existent. The one that really is. All is for you. All is for you alone. You are the one alone awesome. There is no other awesome other than you. One awesome. There is none other than the one that is awesome. And the one that is awesome is our benefit, our guardian, our guide, our protector, our provisioner, our provider, sustainer and supporter, our nurturing and nourishing cherisher and championer. We become aware of you, happy to become aware of you. Thank you for guiding us to be aware of you. That we recognize you, your brilliance, your radiance, your unique awesomeness. Thank you for giving us the privilege to recognize you to the degree that we can recognize you. We choose to be more aware of you, more conscious of you, your greatness, more conscious of your graciousness. Experiencing security with you. All loving, all affectionate, all kind, endlessly kind, boundlessly affectionate, infinitely loving. We are totally and completely taken care of by you, in your care always, considered by you. We are okay. The level of your love, infinite. How loved we are by you, how much love there is for us to receive. You are the all considerate, utterly caring, all caring, utterly considerate. You are the one that really is fair and just, the lenient and approachable, the compassionate and merciful. You are the forgiving presence, negating our negativity. As we become aware of you, you are championing nature. That we are championed by you, truly blessed by you, and benefited by you, becoming more and more aware of the extent that we are blessed and benefited by you, that you truly are the awesome. We experience awe for you. The more we become aware, there's only you, we are because of you. We are in your care and consideration, taken care of. By you, everything is okay. We experience being cleansed at every level of being, body, brain and behavior. Every level of living, we are cleansed. Totally and completely cleansed. We are cleansed at every level of being, every dimension of living. We are purified and healed. Every level of being, body, brain, behavior, level of living, purified and healed. Our light shines bright, radiant. Every blockage dissolved at every level of being, brain, body, behavior and dimension of living. Every blockage dissolved. Through this light there is no darkness. And we renewed and restored at every level of body, being, brain and behavior, every level of being, every dimension of living, all areas of our lives. Flowing, prospering. God truly is the one that blessed us and blesses us even more. God is truly the one that benefits us and has benefited us and benefits us even more. We with and through God are empowered further and further, progressed further and further, and prospered further and further. The granter, the giver, the generous, the all gracious. Good for us in this world and the world beyond. We open up to receive that good in every dimension of our being and becoming, in every dimension of our living and experiencing in this world and the world beyond. Through our life and through our death and next world. Claiming more and more, progressing more and more. God is truly the one secure, creative. When God decrees a thing, God says be and it becomes. Miracles are our birthright. Instantaneous transformations of our being, our bodies, transformations in our bodies and our lives. With and through God it is done, the one alone worthy of worship, the one alone worthy of praise. The exceptional, the outstanding, the extraordinary, the remarkable, the exalted in glory, the praiseworthy, beyond our level of awareness. The praiseworthy, beyond our level of awareness of the praiseworthiness. All praiseworthy. We recognize that our Creator is not only the worship-worthy and the praiseworthy, becoming more and more aware of the worship-worthiness and praiseworthiness of God. We recognize God is the trustworthy, our universal Creator, our universal cause. All great, all gracious, unique and supreme, caused us to be, because of whom everything is, we are, because of God and everything including us, always in the care of God, always and in always in the care of God. We recognize that God is guarding, that we are created beings in a created world, sustained by God, caused and sustained by God. God is the one that assures our existence and our continued existence. Here we are on this planet, this biosphere, protected by the atmosphere, Earth spinning on its axis, keeping life going in this sustaining of us environment, this terrarium, only because of God, all great, the all gracious, the one truly great, the one truly gracious. We don't need anybody or anything, nothing and nobody is valuable to us, because God is valuable to us. Only God creates, God sustains, God assures our existence. Nobody and nothing compares to the one incomparable. Nobody and nothing compares to the one incomparable. We're okay. We recognize that we are okay. We're kept alive. We exist. We have the gift of life. No matter what is going on, it doesn't matter. We're kept alive. We'll always be in the care of God. Unfailing is God. We are secure now, assured now, trusting in the care of God. Never will we be let down by God. Never. We've never been let down and will never be let down. Nobody's let down by God. God never lets anybody down. The extent of the trustworthiness, we want to become aware more and more of the extent of the trustworthiness of our Creator. Experiencing more and more assurance, security, knowing that we are okay, aware that we are okay. Right now, we are aware that we are in the care of God. We are being cared for. We are being taken care of. Things are being taken care of for us. God is handling everything for us. There's nothing that's needed for us to do. There's nothing that we can do. Nothing is needed. Security is our birthright, it is a given. We acknowledge and accept and appreciate. Truly grateful. We don't need to be pleased now. We don't need to be happy now. It's no big deal if we're not pleased and not happy. The big deal is that we're secure. As a believer, the believers are more into security first. They're into security first, satisfaction second. The non-believers deny security. I'm a believer. I accept security. I observe security is everything is okay no matter what is going on. We are okay and everything is okay. In the care of God, the quality of our life is considered by God. God considers our existence, the quality of our existence. God is a sustaining power and supportive of our satisfaction. If we haven't championed our security and we haven't opened up to God's good for us in this world and the world beyond, then we have problems. It doesn't matter that we have problems, because even though God is always, and God is, we're always in the care of God, no matter what, even with problems or without problems. Whether we let in good or don't let in good, we're always in the care of God. That is a guaranteed. It's guaranteed. It's a guarantee. It's a certainty. God is caring for us. He will always care for us. That is the nature of God. In whose care we always are in. We release totally and completely. God is not only the caring, and we are secure and assured, trusting in God. God is also the utterly considerate. And we are appreciative and pleased, thanking God. God sustains us and also supports our satisfaction. There is for us good in this world and the world beyond. It's for us to accept it and appreciate it. It's for us to recognize it, acknowledge it, accept it and appreciate it. To receive it, we recognize God is truly all giving, the all gracious, the granting, the generous. God's favors upon us. We have been favored. The extent of the favors of God we have denied. We've deprived ourselves the extent of God's favors. But it is, we are truly, totally considered by God. Nobody else's caring, nobody else's consideration compares. There's nothing that compares to the caring and the consideration of God. Nothing and nobody compares to the caring and consideration of God. We recognize we have existence. We recognize just how we've been cared for, what we've been given. God is interested in our existence, given us existence. Our continued existence, God champions and sustains our continued existence. The quality of our existence, life, the platform that we live in, and the parameters of it, we recognize it. Beautiful made-up world for us to live in. Beautiful made-up bodies for us to have in this world while we live in it. Given worth and dignity, faculties and endowments. God is truly the considerate. Gave us the ability to worship and pray, to be godly. God's good is upon us always. God's infinite good is upon us in this world and the world beyond. We rejoice. We are pleased now. We are thankful it's here now. We invoke it and receive it, but it's here. Always. We are truly, genuinely cared for and considered, championed, truly championed by our Creator. We recognize the truth. We experience the truth. The problems in our lives that we have lived and live now and we will live is not because of God. The illusory experience is because of ourselves, because of a championing of trances, ego trances, personality trances, the belief indeed that we champion when we don't really need anything, but we champion it, we associate partners. We create neediness, lack, which doesn't exist. The illusory experience of neediness and lack. Create and cause ourselves to be beggars, depriving us of what there is for us to enjoy as secure people. By keeping us insecure, we keep us from security, from selffulness and satisfaction. We keep ourselves from spiritual power. Keep ourselves from spiritual energy. That allows us to be selfful. To live powerfully, opening up and receiving in this world and the world beyond God's good, the fulfillment. We're sorry, we have remorse and regret for our trances, that we champion the lies of our personality, our keeping ourselves from growing beyond limited personality aspects. We are sorry that we identified to ways of being and behaving that is destructive, and that we keep ourselves from being constructive. We keep ourselves from being powerful, progressive and prosperous. We admit the truth, it's us, and we have remorse and regret and sorrow. There's no need for guilt, shame and unworthiness. Be thankful that God is the one truly compassionate upon us, truly merciful upon us, the overlooking of our erring, the one available to forgive, the sincere. We are sincere, we are progressive, we are not into suffering and championing suffering. We are progressive, we are claimers of the security, choosers of the selffulness and receivers of the satisfaction. I am progressive. We invoke the always available mercy and compassion, the forgiveness and the pardon of the one that is perpetually pardoning, repeatedly forgiving. the one that negates our negativity and neutralizes the effects of our negativity in this world and the world beyond. We rejoice the protection that's available for us from ourselves, that we are protected from our self-created horrors in this world, and our self-created hell in the world beyond. We rejoice that we live in the protection of God from ourselves. We're protected by you, the one that can only protect, the one that can really, truly forgive, the one that truly does forgive freely, the one that truly pardons freely, the all-forgiving, merciful, the all-pardoning, compassionate. Be open to your mercy and compassion, forgiveness and pardoning. We allow ourselves to experience being protected. The effects of all our negativity neutralized. We rejoice. We are secure at every level of being, at every level of living. Rejoicing, secured living. We have you to protect us, the one that really is. You are our protector. There's no other protector but you. We willingly release resistances and reactions. We willingly release all reactions making other than you something for us to focus on. There is nothing but you. There's only you. Nothing is anything for us to focus on. Nothing is anything for us to be bothered about. We're willing to release any and all botheredness and affectedness, making anything something for us to focus on. There's only you for us to revere. And respect, recognize. It's only you. We willingly drop everything, release power projections, go beyond anything in the created world, and bow before you. Support us in our being progressive, our willingness to repent, our remorse. We choose to let whatever is be, whoever is be, however people are or not, whatever is or not, or is not, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. The diseases in our body, the diseases in our lives, the diseases in our relationships. Diseases at every level of being, body, brain, behavior and living, doesn't matter. We let them be, we let them continue to be. We're not interested in them and trying to change them and control them, correct them. We're not interested in trying to get you to change them, control them, correct them. We're not affected by them and trying to get rid of them. We let them be, we let them continue to be. Whatever it is, it's okay, it is, because we're not needing to be pleased. We know that we are secure with you. Our security is with you. We are secure. While we are displeased, we are okay. While we are displeased, while things are, we recognize we are in your care. While we recognize we're in your care. No matter what is going on in us or in others, in our lives or the lives of others, doesn't matter. Nothing is anything for us to feel strongly about. Nothing is anything for us to give excessive focus to, exclusive attention to, strong feeling. It's not for anything but God. And we rejoice that we are in the care of God. God is caring. No matter what disease and wherever it may be experienced, it doesn't matter. God is guarding. We are in the care of God. We have life and existence. We have the most precious thing now. We are not going to make something that's not as valuable as what we have now valuable. We're not interested in what is going on, or who is going on, what in them is going on or not. Doesn't matter. Let it be. We rejoice while it is. That we are in your care. We are champions of security first. Believers are champions of security. I'm a champion of security. No matter what is going on. We are always in your care. That's what matters. That we're cared for by you, that's what matters. That we're championed by you, that's what matters. We choose to experience being championed by you. No matter what is going on, we can handle it. With you by our side, with you for us and with us, we can handle it. Letting it be, letting it continue to be. Feeling secure, knowing that we're okay, rejoicing, experiencing assurance, security, being pleased that not only God is, and God is here for us, championing our existence, but championing the quality of our existence, that we have God right here, right now, the grant of good upon us, that we can claim that good. And as we claim that good, God materializes that good upon us. Among those who open up while things are as they are, without trying to change and control them, without trying to solve anything or address any problems, no problem solving necessary. We open up to the alternate possibilities that there is God's good for us in this world and the world beyond. We open up to that good. We are certain there is good. There's always been good, there is good now. We open up for it, to open it, to enjoy it, to recognize it, to receive it. There is God's good for us at every level of being and becoming, every level of living and experiencing. There's a higher quality. There's an outstanding beingness that we can be, powerful, interacting, that we can relate, and outstanding, extraordinary living, prosperous living, fulfilled living, and ideal in every way, perfect for us in every way, living, suitable for us in every way, living. That's what we open up to in this world and the world beyond. Ever expanding security and ever increasing selffulness and ever exceeding satisfaction. Ever increasing faith and freedom, ever exceeding fulfillment. With every passing day and night, week and month, year and decade, expanding our levels of security with every passing day, increasing our levels of interacting powerfully, selffully, becoming more and more selfful every day, experiencing a greater and greater non-neediness, being more and more a believer, knowing that we're okay, that everything is okay. Experiencing, being more and more a person who relates, feeling secured, feeling cared for by God, experiencing the value of God, the innate value of God, experiencing God's valuing of us, and being people who value, know and experience the valuing of ourselves, the value of our bodies, value of our lives and afterlives, being more and more secure, being more and more selfful, opening more and more to satisfaction, being more and more receptive. With every passing day, we go through to the death that is timeless and dignified at an extended age. We die young in every way at an extended age, fit, strong, healthy, flexible at every level and dimension of being and living. We have a death that is pleasant and comfortable, pleasing, convenient, dignified, and timeless. And all through our life and through our death, we live with an expanding faith and increasing level of freedom, with forgiveness of God and increasing fulfillment. To when we raised up again, also with faith, ever expanding. Forgiveness of God, freedom and fulfillment ever expanding. We live with the awareness of the greatness of God. We live with the awareness of the graciousness of God. We die with the awareness of the greatness and graciousness of God, the experiencing of the greatness and graciousness of God. We are raised up with the awareness and experiencing of the greatness and graciousness of God. And all the way through to the highest levels of paradise, the highest levels of heaven, the highest levels of bliss, pleasure and delight. Faith ever expanding, forgiveness, freedom and fulfillment, greater and greater level of awareness of the greatness of God, experiencing of that greatness of God, greater and greater level of awareness of the gracious nature of God. It's what we claim for ourselves and for each other. We claim for our loved ones, our parents and ancestors, the living and the transitioned. We claim this for our children, my son Dawud and our progeny. We claim this for our sisters and brothers, our siblings and their families, and our siblings, spouses and their families. We claim this for all who have cared for us and will ever care for us. Directly and indirectly, those we remember and those we have forgotten. And their parents and ancestors, their children and progeny, their spouses and spouses' families, their siblings and siblings' families, and their siblings, spouses and their families. The faith that is ever expanding, the freedom, the forgiveness, the mercy, the compassion, the fulfillment of God in this world and the world beyond. We claim it for all those who have come to us and will ever come to us for support. Every person in our various networks and communities, them, the parents and ancestors, their children and progeny, their spouses and spouses' families, their siblings and siblings' families. their siblings, spouses, and their families. We claim it for all human beings from the beginning of time, Adam and Eve, to the last people born and living. The forgiveness of God, expanding faith with God, freedom and fulfillment with God. We claim this for all human beings. We're living in the transition, and those that would have ever lived and will ever live. We claim it for also other creation that exists. It's appropriate for them to be aware of and to experience. What we claim for us, we claim for them. Faith, freedom, forgiveness and fulfillment, and expansion in the awareness of the greatness of God, an expansion in the awareness and experiencing not only of the greatness of God, but the graciousness of God. For there's one Creator, there's one creation, there's one truth, there's one security, there's one greatness and one graciousness, there's one experience for all, one goodness for all. We give thanks that we've been guided to this level of truth, that we are among those who are applying ourselves on the path. We give thanks that we have been brought to this level of faith and freedom and fulfillment, and that we are most definitely taken beyond this level of faith, freedom and fulfillment. We give thanks for the dissolving of all diseases and unrealities, and the total and complete renewal of us at every level of our bodies, our beings, our behaviors, our brains and our lives. We give thanks that this is already done for us. God's good for us in this world and the world beyond. We experience more and more of it at every level of our being and becoming, living and experiencing, that it is done, that we've seen it and felt it, that we have progressed and prospered in this world and the world beyond. I don't have to know how it's done. We only know that it is already done, that we are fulfilled and it's inevitable, that it is being materialized for us. We've seen what already exists. It already exists, and it becomes materialized for us within through God. All praise, glory and thanks is due to God Almighty. His choicest blessings upon us all, always. Peace and salutations among the prophets and messengers of God, the teachers of truth. Amen. Amen.